Hello, welcome to the tutorial of Indian music. I am Lipika, a devotee of Indian vocal, instrument and dance. Episode number 66. Today is the last episode of 5th semester. 5th semester is going to be finished today. From the next class we will start 6th semester syllabus, which will continue till episode 80. Then I will take 20 extra classes to learn more about something beyond the syllabus. So, in a total of 100 classes, we'll be knowing and learning Indian vocal classical from basic to graduation level. To those of you who have been following my classes regularly and learning through step by step, I am grateful to you for inspiring me to fulfill my social service efforts by online music tutorial following the full course in 6 semesters. Today's class is a bit different. Today, we'll listen to the stories. Stories? Which stories? Stories of those who have shown us how to live with music. Today we'll be knowing about the life of few musical devotees. You might say that before 700-800 years ago, their background was different. In terms of today's modern era, there is no similarity with the lifestyle with them. So, what will happen after listening? What should we know about them? My logic is, this is our family history, the family of Indian classical music. They are our ancestors. We should know about them. The first name we discuss is Amir Khasru, a musician of 800 years ago. No one can forget his contribution in Indian classical world, particularly in modernizing music. The popular ragas Yaman and Hindol. Yaman and Hindol, the very popular ragas created by him. Chota Khyal, what we are learning in our class every day, is his creation, for which he is called the father of the Khyal song. Father of Khyal songs. Even the tabla, in which we practice the Khyal songs by playing trital, is his creation. Which one? Tabla or trital? Both. He discovered the instrument tabla, and trital is one of the rhythm created by him. Who was he? A singer? An instrumentalist? He was a reservoir of qualities. He was a politician, he was a philosopher, he was a poet, he was a vocal artist, he was an instrumentalist, everything. We will not know about such a person. Where was he born? How was his life? We can also have a picture of that time. We can imagine. In that time, old time, when a dull voice could not be tuned using technology. At that time, in the year 1253, 1253, 800 years ago, in the year 1253, Amir Khasru was born at Patiali in Etwa district of present UP. present Uttar Pradesh. His father was a Persian and his mother was an Indian. He was very talented from his childhood. But when he had to stay at the shelter of Delhi's Sultan Ghiyasuddin Balban after his father's death, he became specially attracted to literature and music at that time. Later, he became the devotee of Alauddin Khilji. Alauddin himself was a great music lover. We all know that. We came to know from history. Alauddin Khilji was a music lover. He appointed Amir Khasru as a royal singer in his court. Although there were many other musicians in Alauddin Khilji's court, Amir Khasru's place was the highest. So, it's understood that if there is merit, if merit is there, it will be definitely evaluated. No one can stop. Khasru used to compose and sing a new song for Alauddin Khilji every day. So we can imagine his talent. Back then, there was no keyboard to manage everything. Composing new words every day and converting them into songs by adding beautiful tunes was not that easy. He had that ability. He could do it. Even when Alauddin conquered the kingdom of Devgiri in South India, Khasru accompanied him. There was a talented singer named Gopal Nayak in the court of King Ramchandra Yadav of Devgiri. Khasru was impressed by Gopal Nayak's talent. During his return from Devgiri, Khasru brought Gopal Nayak with him. Later, both of them made many improvements in music together. One point to note here is that Khasru could have been jealous of Gopal Nayak, could despise or ignore him. Instead of doing that, he brought him along for the betterment of music because he understood they can work more if they are together. What did we learn? The depth of music opens the heart like an ocean. These narrowness then disappear far below. Then only it is possible to work for the development of music. Amir Khasru was a high-level musician and poet. He did a lot of fusional work on Persian and Indian music. His father was a Persian and his mother was an Indian. So it was possible for him to create something new by mixing the two art forms in the right proportion, using his own talent. Raga Yaman and Raga Hindal. Both the ragas are equally popular even today because the fusion of the two genres creates an attractive melody. Qawwali, another new genre created by him. It is also a style of singing, a mixture of Persian and Indian, still popular today. Among the ragas, Puriya, Sajgiri, Jhilak, Purvi, Sirparda, Sahana, etc., etc., etc. So many. His creation. Apart from Qawwali, he established Ghazal, Chaturang, Tribat, Tarana in the musical world with their new form. He created many rhythms. Trital, Arachautal, Jhumra, Sulfaktal, Pasto, etc., etc., etc. So many. He also invented the instrument SITAR, what we see now. How? It is heard that he added additional 3 strings to the 4-string Veena, South Indian Veena, and named it Sahatar. Sahatar. In Persian language, Sah means 3. Sah means 3, Tar means string. So 3 tar, 3 strings. Sahatar, 3 strings. That Sahatar, slowly, Sahatar, 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 Sahatar has become SITAR. So that Sahatar later became SITAR. He was deeply saddened after the death of Ustad Nizam Aulia in the year 1324. After spending a year with that pain, he died the following year at the age of only 72. His body was buried next to Ustad Nizam Aulia at Delhi. Death is inevitable, but he remains today through his creations, which never dies. गिरिधर चरण तरसन प्यासी मीरा चले ब्रज धाम गिरिधर चरण तरसन प्यासी मीरा चले ब्रज धाम. Meera, better known as MEERABAI, Sant MEERABAI, was a 16th century Hindu mystic poet and devotee of Lord Krishna. She is a celebrated bhakti saint, particularly in the North Indian Hindu tradition. Meerabai was born in 1498 into a Rathore Rajput royal family in Kutki, modern day Pali district in Rajasthan. She got married to Bhojraj in 1516, who was Bhojraj, crown prince of Mewar. But her husband died in 1521. Just after 5 years, she lost her husband, probably of battle wounds. Thereafter, she was the victim of much persecution and intrigue at the hands of her brother-in-law when he ascended the throne, and by his successor Vikram Singh. Meerabai left the kingdom and went on a pilgrimage to Vrindavan. She led her entire life as a real celebrant and devotee of Lord Krishna. Calmly bore all the trials and troubles came on her way, and finally left her marital home to lead the life of a wanderer. Meerabai's fame spread far and wide, so much so Emperor Akbar also went to meet her. She travelled to Vrindavan, the birthplace of Lord Krishna, where she joined a religious community. She died in 1547 at Dwarka, another place with deep connection to Lord Krishna. Meera is widely acknowledged as the most important poet saint of the Bhakti movement. She dedicated her life to Lord Krishna. She composed about 1300 devotional poems. 1300 devotional poems she created in passionate praise of Lord Krishna. Meera was a devotee of the highest order. She was immune to the criticism and suffering of the world. She was born as a princess, but left the pleasure of her palace for a life of begging on the streets of Vrindavan. She lived during a time of war and spiritual decline, but her life offered a shining example of the purest devotion. Many were inspired by her infectious dedication and spontaneous love for Lord Krishna. Meera showed how a seeker could attain union with God through love. Meerabai was also a reformer of that age when she lost her husband. After her husband's death, she refused to become a sati, as was expected of every Rajput widow. Meera continued with her visits to Krishna's temple. She didn't want to be a sati. She refused. She left the house. She went to Vrindavan. Meerabai's biography is still relevant today. The combination of brilliance and self-confidence, as bright as the sun is. The third and last figure of today is a man of 20th century, Bare Ghulam Ali Khan. He was born at Lahore at the year of 1903. His ancestral house was at the village Kasur in Punjab. His father and uncle both were the popular singers, Ali Bakhsh and Kale Khan. He had 3 brothers, Barkat Ali Khan, Mubarak Ali Khan and Aman Ali Khan. All of them are popular musicians. Ghulam Ali Khan was the eldest among brothers. He started learning music from his uncle since his childhood. When he was 20, his father remarried. Ghulam Ali's mother ordered him to earn money by learning and playing sarangi, so that Ghulam Ali can give financial support to his mother and younger brothers. He started learning sarangi according to his mother's wish. He started getting calls as a sarangi player. He was able to support his mother and brothers. Parallelly, he continued his music practices. After a while, Ghulam Ali went to Mumbai and started learning from Sindhi Khan. But after some time, again he had to go back home to Lahore with his father and continued to perform music in Punjab. In 1940, he performed at a music festival in Kolkata and gained great fame. After that, invitations started coming from different parts of the country to perform music. In 1943 and 1944, he continued to sing at various music conferences at many places like Gaya, Kolkata, Bombay, Bangla, Bihar, etc. He got the first prize many places. At Bombay in 1945, Mahatma Gandhi heard Ghulam Ali's music twice and praised. Ghulam Ali stayed in Bombay for some more time, and during this time His music was broadcast from Bombay radio station. Bade Ghulam Ali was a man of generous and simple nature. If he saw a beggar on the way, he would give whatever money he had with him. As his body was fat, he used to walk with a little stoop. Even if someone laughed at him, he could not get angry or sad in his heart. His diet was also in proportion to his body. He could eat double, triple of a normal person. He gave importance to rewaj. He used to sing so loudly that the place would shake, not a scream. He could bring out the deep sound from the navel. He had a natural ability how to add con to a sword. Con, sparsh, sword. Another name of sword is gun. How to add con to a sword. How to add the sword to a sword. Con means sword. What is sword? I will touch the sword, but not the whole touch. Suppose I am practicing in Sa, thinking of going to Re, not leaving Sa suddenly or reaching Re suddenly. While practicing Sa, I will touch the Re little bit. He had such skill that it seemed to push the Rishabh on Saraj. According to Ghulam Ali Khan, this sparsh swar tone is a great tone, a great blessing in Indian classical music. Voice projection was one of his specialties. He used to say that as a touched object gradually becomes tolerable, the voice has to be gradually raised or lowered. The voice cannot stand the sudden twist or gather strength on its own. We need to help the voice to get up or get down by pushing with a con or sparsh swar. After partition, Ghulam Ali Khan lived in Pakistan. Sometimes he came to India on invitations to satisfy his followers and audiences. This talented singer died in Pakistan in 1968, although he is still alive in our mind, in our heart, in our respect. 3 personalities from 13th century, from 16th century and from 20th century. Amir Khasru, MEERABAI and Bade Ghulam Ali Khan. What did we learn? We learned if our focus is constant, no matter what adverse situation comes, we will reach that peak, the world full of music, the world of eternal joy. We have to learn from their stories. There are many such people in Indian classical music. It's not possible to talk about everyone in a limited timing. So I decided to discuss about the personalities from 3 generations, from 3 different timings. According to Plato, music is the food for soul. We have to take care of our health, physical health, mental health, and spiritual health. Food nourishes the body, physical health. Music nourishes the mind as well as the soul. Indian classical music based on spiritualism, tranquility of mind, and offerings to the Supreme Power. So, we have to follow them. We need to know their biography. Hope you enjoyed the storytelling session. See you next class in 6th semester. Goodbye.
Oh